Glory to Jesus Christ. My name is Father Volodymyr Zablotsky, and today we continue in our series on making the sauerkraut. As you remember from our last episode, we shredded the sauerkraut and we let it ferment, and today is the 7th day of fermentation. So let's open up and see how our sauerkraut is doing. So there was a little bit more juice than it appears to be now. The entire stone was covered with the juice, but I think after the fermentation is over, the sauerkraut kind of reabsorbs a lot of that juice. So we're going to remove the stones, and they are a little bit tricky to remove. I have to kind of press it down. Oops. Having a little bit of a problem here. I have to prop it up from one side. Okay, stop it. So when you remove the stone, you kind of have to prop it down, push it into your sauerkraut, and it's gonna come up like so. We're gonna put it right on the plate here, and the second one should be a little bit easier. Just push it down and place it on here. And as you can see, we have this pieces of cabbage, the leaves, the outer leaves of cabbage that we use to just cover it. I'm gonna slowly remove it from the crock, and I think that's about it. And there's still enough of brine, as you can see, in the cabbage, but we're gonna just take one scoop full of sauerkraut and taste it and see, because I'm a little bit worried about the amount of salt, because I was very generous with the salt. But we're gonna just have one scoop over, and I'm gonna taste it and see how this sauerkraut work out. And there it is. I'm very impressed. I think it's very crunchy. It's not as sour as I was anticipating, but it has very nice crunch to it. It has a little nice bite. Probably could have used another maybe day or so, but overall we made sauerkraut. So now, what do you do once you make sauerkraut? In order to preserve the sauerkraut, we're going to be using these containers over here, and you just need a little bit to wipe out this counter here. So we're gonna fill each container with the sauerkraut, and then we'll just put a plastic cup to just tighten it and put it in the refrigerator, because in the refrigerator the process of fermentation will slow down, because this sauerkraut will continue to ferment, but because we put it in a colder place, it will be slowed down, and we of course will be eating it as time progresses. So we've been packing our sauerkraut into the jars, and one of the things that I would like you to kind of give you a warning, this is the first time for me to make my own sauerkraut, but if you open this jar and then you can see like juices almost disappeared or got reabsorbed, don't get startled. You will have enough juices once you pack them into these jars. If you can see, there's plenty of juice. Once you pack it nicely, that juice will reappear kind of like magically in the jar, and all of it will be covered in the juice. And you can see that there's plenty of juice to cover the all sauerkraut. And all that you do now, you just put this cap on, store it in a refrigerator in a cooler place that will allow to last longer and slow down the fermentation even further. And you can take one jar and at a time or two, if you have a bigger family, and eat it. You don't have to store in the small jars like this. If you have bigger jars, will be fine depending what you want to do with that. But I hope if you attempted to make the sauerkraut, you were successful as we are. I'm very pleased with the taste. I'm looking forward to finish putting this whole batch of sauerkraut in our jars. And of course, if you come on Sunday to church, it's very likely you will taste our homemade sauerkraut. Give us a thumb up on YouTube, share it with your friends, and come back for more videos.